It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Good news for Nnamdi Kanu as Ohanaeze vows to ensure he regains his freedom. Ohanaeze IGBO has vowed to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu and members of his IGBO group regain their freedom. Ohanaeze IGBO says he will do everything humanly possible that for the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, and his members regain their freedom, where the socio-cultural Igbo group made this known in a press statement signed by the National Publicity Secretary Ohanaeze IGBO Worldwide, Chiedozie Alex Ugbonaya. He said, "We are unrelenting in our resolve to ensure that the federal government toes the path of wisdom by conceding to the proposal for dialogue and alternative dispute resolution, which will ensure the unconditional freedom of Nnamdi Kanu and all members of the IPOB detained across Nigeria." Going further, the group noted that progress is being made in the case of Nnamdi Kanu as the leader was present in court today for his trial. The statement added, the diplomatic engagement by Ohanaeze IGBO Worldwide under the able leadership of His Excellency Ambassador Professor George Obiozor has apparently yielded a positive result as the federal government has, through the Department of State Security, bowed to their overwhelming demands of IGBO by producing the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in court, saying this is one step forward in Ohanese's determined moves towards ensuring that the Afarahuku prince is set free in no distant time. The monitoring team of the Ohanaeze IGBO Worldwide, led by former governor of Anambra State, His Excellency Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezefe, Chief Nwosu Ezegbo I of Abuja, Barrister Godi Umazuruike, were also in court to monitor proceedings and report back to the leadership of Ohanaeze IGBO. Meanwhile, it was reported that prior to the commencement of Nnamdi Kanu's trial at the Federal High Court, there were mayhem at the venue following the activities of some hoodlums on Thursday, October 21st. This started when the publisher of Sahara Reporters, Omoyele Sowore, tried to gain access into the court chamber where the trial is to be held, and while discussing with the agent, he was attacked by at least 20 thugs who rough-handled him and left the scene immediately. The lawyer, Ejiofor Ifeanyi, is of the opinion and has stated that the federal government cannot prosecute Kanu for the radio, for his talks on Radio Biafra because the court lacks the requisite jurisdiction to entertain same, because the amended charge saying that he, in the amended charge of the 7-count charge saying that his words that were said on Radio Biafra has been monitored in Enugu and some other part of Nigeria, that he said some words that can actually incite war and the likes like that. And the lawyer says that all these things that are said, that they were just basic elements because Nnamdi Kanu himself was not physically, there, to carry out all those allegations that were said against him, and that all these things that you were saying, that it is even annulled just because they abducted him from Kenya and consequently extraordinarily rendered him to Nigeria without first subjecting him to extradition proceedings in Kenya, and therefore there is no case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this is as in the same line with his lawyer in the UK, Bruce Fein, who had also taken up the matter to the United Nations Human Rights, United Nations Human Rights High Commissioner. Kanu's denial of right to counsel after detention with time and facilities necessary to prepare a defense is arbitrary and a violation of Article 14, subsection 2b of the ICCPR. Nnamdi Kanu has been tortured by the Federal Republic of Nigeria in violation of the Convention Against Torture by detention in solitary confinement, coupled with denial of necessary medical care to treat his heart condition. The violation makes his continued detention arbitrary under Article 9 of the UDHR and Article 9 subsection 1 of the ICCPR, the lawyer declared. Fein further averred that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's detention is additionally arbitrary because a significant motivation is that the federal government's opposition to his political opinions, protected by Article 19 of the UDHR Article 19 of the ICCPR, Kanu's detention is further arbitrary because significantly, if not excluding on his ethnicity as a Biafran, in violation of Article 2 of the UDHR and Article 2 of the ICCPR. And these were the words of Bruce Finn, who happens to be the legal counsel of Nnamdi Kanu in the UK, and he has dragged the Nigerian government to the United Nations office, that the federal government of Nigeria are actually stampeding on Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental rights, because the extraordinary brought him to Kenya, from Kenya, brought him to Nigeria, which does not, go in line with the international laws. And on June 19, 2021, Nnamdi Kanu was present in Kenya, and he was kidnapped at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport there in Kenya, and he was detained and tortured for approximately 10 days before he was subjected to extraordinary rendition, where he was brought to Abuja in Nigeria on or about June 29, 2021, without either a judicial or administrative body heard that. So Brunfein has took them to to court, that is the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, demanding for the immediate release and quashing of all offenses by the federal government, because the federal government has no basis to keep detaining Nnamdi Kanu at the at the DSS facility, claiming that even people that were his lawyers that were supposed to be able to see at specific times so that they can prepare very well for his release, that the lawyers were being denied their writing materials into whenever visiting Nnamdi Kanu, and it's not possible for them to cram all the tactics, and the methods and strategies as wanted by their clients, without any writing materials. And he also included that when he also visited on September on how to discuss with Nnamdi Kanu on the ways and manners to approach this case internationally, he was actually denied access to see Nnamdi Kanu. That was on September 2nd and 6th, 2021. And Fein maintained that for the fact that they can be, because what they are saying is that they are charging Nnamdi Kanu for treasonable felony, that he's using his Radio Biafra to incite war. And the lawyer insisted that nothing of such happened, because everything he has done does not insinuate or incite war against Nigeria, saying that therefore that it is even the federal government that had extraordinarily rendited Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria, and therefore they cannot benefit from their own wrongdoing. Thanks for listening.